peeve about sometimes is that when I say I miss somebody and they don't say it back. So did you not just hear me say that I said I missed you, and you just kind of just brushed over it like that was like
my gosh,
nothing.
Here we go.
That disappeared like that was just like
so
nothing.
When I got in the car, did you not hear that statement being made?
What you said? Because you gave me a hug?
And what did I say?
I don't know. What did you say?
I said, "Oh, I missed you. It's been a minute."
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Of course not.
I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can.
See,
I apologize. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear it. Okay, so I do apologize. You understand? I do. I was wrong.
Man, listen.
See,
them Brooklyn girls always like to find conflict.
I don't know. We
when
don't.
When conflict does not exist.
When conflict does not exist. You've been teaching me that, so I've been better. Thank you. I have been better. Okay.
You have.
Okay. So here we go. Since it's been so long, man. Oh my gosh. Where do we start? With introductions of who are you?
So who's going first? I'm gonna introduce you.
You're gonna go first because I need people to know who you are and why we even here and where are we here at. Dear what?
Well, welcome. We are recording now. And this is the Dear Love and Lust podcast with host Bklyn Shay and your boy Maine Event Live.
Absolutely.
Myself. What is the Dear Love and Lust podcast? The Dear Love and Lust podcast shares perspectives from both a man, moi, and a woman,
moi,
in response to submitted anonymous questions.
Yes, sir.
Regarding love, sex, and relationships. There will also be various topics discussed as well.
Absolutely.
We got some good ones today.
Yes, we do. And the disclaimer, Maine, is what? Let me make sure I stay out of the mic's way.
We are not experts. We are just two people that's been through some
shit.
There we go.
Absolutely. There we go. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You know. So it's such a beautiful thing to be back.
You got a lot on your chest.
I do. I have a lot to talk about on so many levels, okay? And I'm sure you do too, because we just need the politics. It's probably going to be a 2-hour session. Like, it is absolutely freaking needed on so many levels. But who are you? All right? Please share.
I am Jumaine Maine Event Brown. I'm a promoter, photographer, now DJ. Work as a school district. Oh, she trying to get me
a little tipsy. I'm gonna take pure advantage.
Also work in the school district as a day job, and that's what pays my health insurance and all that good stuff. And I'm a dad, single dad, divorcee, as Shay said.
Absolutely.
I'm a good dude.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not a good dude. I'm a gentleman.
You're a gentleman, because good dudes can be fuckboys. So,
good dudes are different.
Yes, in such a way.
I make mistakes, but I own my mistakes, so that's what makes me a gentleman.
Okay.
And who are you?
I happen to be Shavina Richardson, aka Bklyn Shay. Same thing, divorced, single parents, But outside of that, very much so a professional in the community, giving back, trade as a social worker. Creativity reigns with poetry that feeds my soul. That and theatrics. I love to create. Okay, I'm a creator. Founder of H.E.R Temple Monologues. We actually in the headquarters of H.E.R Temple, which is at 123 Sheridan Avenue.
A very nice headquarters at that.
Thank you. And it is a pleasure to always be in the presence of a gentleman. So, thank you.
And of course, I enjoy the presence of a lady.
For sure, okay. So it's great to be back. I feel like you was just like a missing piece in my soul, and I missed this. Okay, you're giving my therapy, but can I give one quick shout out?
Go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to Mika. Okay, so she has a spa studio in Latham. And recently, if you've been seeing on social media and everywhere about self-care, self-love, all this type of stuff. So I definitely have been diving into that process. Both of us talked about losing weight and, getting healthy and stuff like that. So one of my self-care things is getting facials. I never used to like getting facials at all because I felt that the people put stuff on your face that just wasn't okay. But she's an African-American woman who knows what she's doing, all right? And she has linked up with Tiff Harris, and she just has her products, okay? So let me tell you something. I do not have on any foundation at all, okay? I have a lot of moles because I'm getting older, and my mother blessed me with a whole bunch of moles on my face. So they just started popping up or whatever. I'm fine with the moles. But the mask was like breaking me out a lot from wearing them. I don't know if y'all men have this problem, but for females, we are just, it's like horrible, right? So they've been tearing up the face. So I go every other Saturday and I get a facial at her spa, okay? Listen, prior, I was still drinking a lot of water. However, going and getting these facials, listen to me. She's been taking care of these wonderfulness under here and the whole 9 yards. So I am pleased with the service. So shout out to you, Mika. Okay, the plug. All right, make sure that y'all hit her up. So I'll give you
Shay,
the
I'm gonna
link.
change her name to Billboard Shay.
You did say that. You did say that, and I just did it again, didn't I? Yes, I did. It's all good. I love black businesses. That's what it's all about.
We support black businesses.
Yes, it's everything. But I just wanted to share that for the ladies and the gents, because she do men too. So she give men facials as well. So hit her up. I'm telling y'all, it's life. She put these things on your feet too and your hands, and you get the whole treatment. She give you treats before you actually partake in the facials and all that stuff. She do the steam.
And where is she located?
In Latham. For Albany Shaker Road. Yes, I will share the address because I know how to get there. I don't know the address off the top of my head, but I will share that with Maine so he could put it in on the website and everything like that. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm expecting like a nice little sponsor coupon or something.
Yes, you will get a sponsor coupon for sure. And a sponsorship, we need to talk more about that. So Maine Event Live, obviously he is one of the hugest and the biggest sponsor of this wonderfulness. Her Temple Monologues, we are, okay, and doing good stuff here. All right, so we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been a minute.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
But we're back. It's episode 12.
Episode 12.
And the title of episode 12 is Let's Be Clear.
Man, that's all I be wanting sometimes. Just for people to be clear about shit. You know what I mean? How you feel about that? You got the first.
You know what we gonna do? The next one we do, right?
Yeah.
We're not gonna have questions.
Okay.
We're just gonna talk.
We just gonna talk?
We just gonna talk.
I like that. All right. I'm down for that.
Because I haven't had any few questions come in. If we do get some, maybe, but
I think you're gonna get a lot after this one. Because they asked me last night when we was out at dinner. Yeah. Oh, when are y'all doing it again? My sister hit me up. She was like, I'm sorry. Like, what's going on with y'all? I was like,
see, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
I think so. So you're gonna catch it in such a great way.
And we are in a good groove today, so the energy's right.
Yes.
The equipment's right. We'll make some stuff happen.
Let's make it happen. You got the first question, or you want me to do that one?
I'll start.
All right, sounds good.
So, Mr. No Judgment says, or asks, do women want sex as much as men, but only hold out because they are worried about what others may think, judgment-wise? Women, church folks, family, friends, that whole label, I guess, that's what I think he's asking.
That's what he's asking.
And, makes sense for me to ask this question first, young lady.
The young lady over here shall answer that. I would like to believe that, speaking somewhat collectively for the women, we love sex just as much. And yes, it is a stigma attached to wanting it so much, I had been trying to save myself for my husband, okay? And
Wait, that sounds like a fail occurred.
The complete fail happened.
Ooh.
So I had been trying to do it, but I had a moment. I had a moment that I said to myself, if I left this earth today, right? And it was you inspired it because you was like,
oh, it's my fault now.
No, yes, because you was like, I'm that honey, and that, if it presented itself, it's gonna happen, right?
Oh,
so I was like, I said, you know what? Maine is out here living his best life. Shit, the hell? Why am I keep on holding myself? I always be trying to hold myself, and nothing's wrong with holding yourself at a high regard.
Nothing wrong with that.
But this ties into it, okay? Where it was like everything lined up, and I was like, stop overthinking stuff. Stop, just be you. Be who you are. I'm a very sexual person. Completely. Like, I love sex. I love everything about it. I think it's a beautiful process. But I still don't want to just give myself to just anybody. So it's sexual.
There are standards that still exist. See that?
Exactly. Right. So
I'll let you.
Right. So exactly. So you could get into your part. So I do think that we as women, sometimes we worry about things a lot in that perspective, because it's like when you have been let down so much in relationships, and just like as if that's all people want, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, after the 90 days or whatever the case may be, even if it's the 30 days, who cares? You give yourself to somebody and then they end up still being a shit show. So you are mindful. So Mr. No Judgment is saying, like, do we think about it all the damn time too? Like, we be wanting it, but it's like, I'm not gonna jump your bones and be like, yo, I really want to have this. Some women do. The aggressors, they do it. You know what I'm saying?
The aggressors.
They do. Yes, they do. They go for it, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh,
but
yeah,
for me, I really, honestly, because I'm a romantic and I just want to be romanced. Like, I feel like if somebody did it right, and I was with them, on that level, we were together, we've been dating, we've been seeing each other and stuff like that. I mean, he would get it every day. Like, that's just who I am. Like, and I would want it more than one time a day, because I don't want to be like, give me a little bit. No, give it to me the way that I want it. I don't need to be laying in no bed either. Okay, put me up against a wall. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the type of shit I like. Passionate stuff.
Well,
okay, right? Choke me. Okay, don't do it too hard. You get caught in your throat. Okay,
meaning we're acting here. We're not actually restricting.
Yes, we are not going to. We not.
Breath.
Yes, right. Breath. Sometimes we are restricting a little bit, but. Can you show that? We didn't catch it.
Yeah,
the camera.
I can catch
this
it.
This is just perfect. Perfect timing.
This is just an interesting.
Yes, perfect timing.
Oh, you can't see it as clear.
If you can't tap it either, right?
Nah.
No.
Yours might get it better.
Mine's might get it? Okay, hold on. Oh, yes. Mine's got it. There
Yours
you go.
get it better.
Wow. You see that?
So that's what's on the screen while she's
while
talking
we're talking about
this.
I'm talking about being fed. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about right there. Like, just laying just like that, and he just come up between your legs and just go to town.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead,
this
I
is
need
a
to
podcast.
Go to sleep. I'm sorry.
This is not.
Well,
I mean, it is.
You
but
said what? We ain't on there. Don't blame me.
We
You
can do whatever we want.
For right now, we can. Right now, we can.
Let me not restrict. This might get ratings.
Listen, exactly. But I'm just keeping it a buck and being very transparent. Like, those are the things that what he's saying is it judgment. So people could judge me after this and be like, oh, Shay, you do whatever the hell you want to do in life. But at the same time as you judging me, go play with yourself, because obviously you
don't play with me.
Don't play
with yourself.
Don't play with me. So there we go. So go ahead. Now, what's your perspective on this?
So, what aggravates me about
society,
this particular topic, and society in general, especially American society,
right,
is the high level of double standards that exist.
Facts. Completely.
Matter of fact, I think I saved a meme the other day. I was going to post on the Facebook page.
What they be saying? A lady in the street, but a freak in the bed? That's how they view women. That you're supposed to be a lady outside, keep yourself composed. You know.
Okay.
What you got?
It's a meme where they got one of the old classic kung fu movie characters.
Okay.
And then a blonde chick from one of them old. I think it looks like that's not Scream, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, she asks, "Master, why if a guy have sex with a lot of women, he's a fucking legend? But if a girl just 2 guys in a year, she's a slut?" The response is, "You see, my child, if a key opens lots of locks, then it is a master key. But if a lock is opened by lots of keys, then it is a shitty lock."
That's so disrespectful.
But here's the thing.
It's so disrespectful.
That's the perspective of
society. And that's it. And that's what it is. It's like, so go ahead.
Here's what aggravates me.
Go for it.
Men cannot have babies.
Right.
Human males and their testosterone and testicles cannot, there's no womb on the male human body.
Right.
There's a womb on the female body. There are ovaries that hold the eggs.
Right.
That we men help fertilize.
Correct.
So with that being said, I know the Bible goes into Adam was here first and Eve came next, but that don't make sense to me biologically.
Right. For what we know today.
You understand? Women had to be here. I almost, with the biological sense, God is a woman.
Hello. Did you hear that? Go ahead now, man. Say that one more time.
So, with that ideology and that idea up there, a woman should be able to do whatever she wants to do.
Thank you.
Without judgments or reservations.
Correct, Mundo.
Now, that doesn't mean just do any old thing and then have a guilty conscience about it after. If you're going to have a guilty conscience about it, don't do nothing.
Right. And that's.
But if your spirit is free,
thank you,
and you move freely, and you take care of yourself and protect
be safe.
Others as well,
go for it.
Do your damn thing.
Hello.
So, you hear songs all the time. I mean, we got City Girls, Nicki Minaj, Cardi, WAPs, Megan Nees.
Yeah, I'm not saying go out here and be doing the most, because honestly,
not doing the most.
No, when I say do the most, I mean people just doing the most, meaning that they feel like they just got to pass because it's a trend. You know what I mean? Like, it's just trendy to go ahead and do it. If you're being safe and you're doing whatever, if you're a whole grown woman and that's it, go ahead and do that. But some people just don't deserve to have your energy and your essence. You understand?
That is accurate.
That is where I'm coming from. Okay, so if we not doing that. Okay, and that's my whole thing, is that when people, quote unquote, think they want to take you on a date, they think that they buy you this, they buy you that, or they go and they do something nice, that automatically you just supposed to drop your drawers and panties or whatever and be like, okay, yes, give me some of that, or I want to get that. I'm absolutely freaking not.
See, now we gonna talk about this in the topics later. I didn't even write this down, but you just triggered the thought.
Go for it.
Back in the 80s and 90s, there was a song where the hook started off, "Gotta get a J-O-B if you want to be with me."
Ain't nothing going on but the rent. That's what they said.
And there's a new song by City Girls.
Tell me, because Aretha was on it.
I ain't got a job, but I am a job.
Yes, she is a job. They are a job. Anyway.
And Up, I believe Cardi's new song, she said something to the effect of,
broke niggas don't deserve no. Yeah. Right.
So what? Well, we'll talk about this later, but I want to know.
We can talk about it later.
I want to know what do broke women deserve?
Broke women don't deserve shit either. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, you can't be requiring a million things from a guy that you ain't even bringing to the table as well.
See, this is what happens when we haven't been around and recording in a while, because we start jumping all over topics. Back to Mr. No Judgment.
Yes. It's still talking about it. Shit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's still talking about it. We all.
I'm gonna tell homeboy. You obviously are interested in a woman who's holding out on you. To give you a very interesting and transparent thought.
I thought this might be the question from my guy. Like, hey.
The most women, regardless of what judgments they may have or whatever, most women only hold out because they don't want to. So you have to evaluate what might actually be the case. What is your focus when it comes to dealing with this woman?
Right.
I have not met a woman who wanted to do it that says, I'm not going to do it. But I've definitely met women.
You said you haven't met a woman that said that they just not going to do it?
I have not met a woman that wanted to do it that said they did not want to do it.
She's right here. Hello?
No, you did it. Because you just said you.
I said it's been a very long time.
But
listen to me. I wanted to do it, but I didn't do it.
Until?
I really still didn't really do it. Do you feel me? Like we was talking about it. We're not going into that yet. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Listen to the point I'm making.
I know what you're saying. And what I'm saying is that
if the right dude came across to you,
yes,
and you wanted to do it,
I would still say no, because the right dude did come across to me that I wanted to do it, and I said no. And I said no. I wanted
You're an anomaly.
Really?
You're an anomaly right now. And the only reason you're that way is because you have a specific goal in mind for yourself, which is nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But I'm telling you, most women, regardless of stigma or whatever, if they want to do it with somebody, they're going to do it with somebody.
Right.
So technically, you don't want to do it with somebody. You might have a desire.
Desire.
But you don't want to because you have a specific goal in mind.
I do have a goal in mind.
And until that changes, the fact that you even brought up the conversation of, the possibility that may have been shifted or changed in some sort of fashion.
It has been shifted, but I didn't. I need to not dive in. At least I'm trying not to all the way.
But you were triggered to want to do something. You got it. You got it.
Catch it.
And you're still not going to do it until you actually want to do it.
That's true.
Temptation is one thing. That's different.
Right. I'm not being tempted because I have standards.
See, that's different.
So
what I'm saying is, dude is probably pressuring homegirl to try to get in them drawers. He is probably whining and dining. He's probably, and now what I want women to understand about men. Yes, there are some men that are only interested in sex, and sex is their primary purpose, and they don't care about anything else but that. But there are also some men who actually really do like you,
right?
Really are into you, really want to develop a relationship, but they also want to have sex with you.
He said a lot. You said a lot. You just said
Did you hear that?
I heard you.
Let me repeat that. Can you repeat
it?
Let me repeat that.
Repeat it, because I want to make sure that we got
There are men
yes.
that are strictly out for getting in your drawers, ladies.
Yes.
That's it. That's their sole purpose.
Yes, okay.
Right?
Right.
But then there are also men who actually really like you.
Right.
Are really attracted to you, desire you, are not going to cheat on you, don't want to deal with nobody else. They want you.
Right.
And they want to have sex with you.
Okay. I got you. I feel that.
But it's not because they just want to have sex. They want to have sex in an intimate moment with you because you rock their world.
Right. And they want to make love to you.
There you go.
Versus fuck you. Okay? Because I had somebody tell me that they want to fuck me. I said, you do? I'm glad you're honest about it, because you could have been a whole piece of shit and not said nothing. But I get it. That you want to fuck
So he
me.
gave you a choice.
But what does fuck have to do with anything? Because in my mind, I'm like, can you even fuck? Because maybe you can't. You think you can because somebody was impressed. But maybe you don't even know how to do that. What the hell you talking about? You want to fuck me. Boy, bye. Better go sit your little ass down. I said
I know my strengths and weaknesses, my limits, and my non-limits.
I don't like when people come that forthcoming. I like that you're honest, but I didn't like that you came so forthcoming.
It was not me, y'all nosy mofos.
No, definitely not. Maine's a gentleman. Okay, so anyway.
All right, we gonna move on.
I think we're gonna move on from that
because I done broke it down. You done said your piece.
Yeah, it
Mr.
was like
No Judgment.
We with you. I'm with you on that. To answer the collectively, we feel like both sexes, especially women, we want it just as much as you, and we do think about it a lot. Okay, there we go.
Matter of fact, let me just add this little funny anecdote to point to it.
Go ahead.
There are adult stores. When you walk into the store.
You said this was right.
And inside the store is huge.
I got a small section.
Women's sections are literally 90% of the store.
Factual. Lingerie,
if we want to be more modern times, all right, we got to add, all right, some of it's also for,
yes,
gay men as well.
Right.
But for a straight heterosexual male, there's only this little corner section, and like there's one wall that's half a corner.
Yeah, ain't got
for
much.
us.
You don't got much.
We don't need much.
No.
But it would be nice
Maybe.
to have some options.
We
if you're a working man, you might cut your hand one day. Like, what are you gonna do with a cut hand on you?
We're gonna talk about those options. Yes, we are.
All right, let me stop. Let's move on.
All right, so moving on, we got Mrs. Hot Mess. So, somebody's man was in my DM trying to holler. I know his girl, so I let her know. She said, I know. I told him, if you're interested, I told him to hit you up. We want to know if you're interested in a threesome. Now, the real question is, Mrs. Hot Mess, I honestly do want to see what homeboy is working with. But I don't want to have to bump coochies to do that. How can I make that happen without causing issues? Girl, you cannot.
You can't.
You can't. There's no way you're not going to cause issues, especially if she initiated it and told him to hit you up.
I may have a solution, though.
Period. Okay?
I may have a solution.
Go ahead now. That's you.
The solution I have, obviously she's curious.
Yep.
And I'm sure, you're an attractive woman. And usually attractive women hang out with other attractive women. If you can find a substitute for her to have attention for, you might be able to work that angle.
Explain.
All right.
Dive in. Go a little bit deeper because I'm trying to follow you on this one.
She wants homegirl. Dude probably didn't really even wasn't checking for her, but he got excited because, all right, my girl wants to holler at somebody that I think is at least look good.
Right.
We gonna make this happen.
Right.
She just doesn't want to, she don't want to do the girl. She'll do the guy.
Yeah, into.
She had her reservations because she was like, you trying to holler at me, but I know your girl. Like, no.
Right. But she didn't know that the girl actually swing both ways.
Right.
So that's the whole thing. So she's like, shorty, I don't want to bump coochies with you, but I do want to see what your man working with because I kind of been digging him. Right. I've been digging him for a minute. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
But that's my thing about conscience and judgments and all this.
Right.
Like, oh, well, you got a girl, I can't deal with you.
Right, but my girl done told me to holler at you. And
so now it's like, let me think about this.
Right,
but
you can't hit him and you can't bang him without causing problems, period.
You got to find somebody for her to give attention to.
That's not a threesome, that's a foursome. So
no, but it's not. Here's what I'm saying. See, there's a new saying, right? Now, we already heard black men don't cheat. I'm a black man, I don't cheat. There's another saying that I've heard black men in relationships say. Black men do not cheat, they get permission.
That past thing. I saw that.
Now, the only way that you can get permission is if there's somebody else to entertain. Like, the key word that men don't always pay attention, well, some men don't always pay attention to, is if you want to go out and enjoy something else, you also have to be okay with her doing the same thing.
Right.
Vice versa.
Right. Would you be okay with that?
No. Do you ever see me ask for permission to try to be with?
No, but I want to ask a question.
If I was in a relationship, I'm not
You're
going
not
to.
okay. Right. Exactly. Good job.
Call me square, call me
Good
whatever.
job.
I don't really. No,
What
that's
they
not.
said, simp or whatever.
Simp, yeah, whatever. I'm a simp, but I'm gonna have a girl. I'm gonna be happy, and we gonna be getting it in on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
You know, when you start inviting other people, in my opinion, that's where you know, like it's enough to deal with one woman. Why would I want to?
If you been paying attention over here, I swear it would seem like I'm trying to get Maine fucked up.
Yeah, she is.
It's like I just like your cup empty. Let me handle that for you.
Fill me up.
Let me handle that for you. All right, so
but
are we in agreement with the process with her? Like, girl, you are going to cause complete havoc in a relationship, especially if he bite. If he take the bait.
Here's the thing that I've always. Let me finish my scenario, right? All right.
Okay.
So if you can find a woman that is equally attractive or matches your fly because she seems to want your fly,
right,
and you can give her to give that attention while you're there, and yes, okay, I guess it does turn into a foursome.
Yeah, it does.
She's giving all she's got to homegirl, and you giving all you got to homeboy.
But sometimes it might just be you like to see, because if they're in agreement and they have a real solid foundation
they just
in
want to
relationship,
see what it look like with other people.
They probably just want to watch their person with somebody else. You got to find out.
I told you that I had.
You got to find out what the details. Yeah, you told me that.
That was like that was her, she was. If
she just want to watch.
She want to see what I do to her to somebody else.
Exactly, which is ridiculous. Okay,
it's hard to do that.
It's ridiculous.
For me, it's hard to do that.
That's too much. First, anyway.
I would have to actually like the person as much as I like you.
Yeah, to do that.
The girl that I'm with.
That's a lot of pressure. But what I'm saying in this aspect, right? Before you jump the gun and say shut it down and say no, you don't want to participate, find out what the boundaries and the things are. I'm real. Like, before she shut it down, it's like before you be like, oh, I don't want to bump coochies. She may not want to fucking bump coochies with you. She may just want to watch. So you need to find out exactly what they thinking a threesome should look like before you turn it down. Because he could just be banging the both of y'all and y'all don't even touch each other.
This sounds like one of them TikTok videos.
Listen, I don't know about all that, but I know for a fact that if somebody's offering up this particular process and she's that transparent and telling you, oh yeah, I know, I told him to holler at you. Because you got to think about it. Some people really do be like, yo, if I know my man and to keep us happy, to keep us solid, I know he's seeing shorty and he been kind of eyeing her, before he cheat, let me step in and be like, yo, I know where I'm at with you, and you could go ahead and do you, but I'm going to be there when you do that. You feel me? So it's like, if you got that relationship with somebody, then there's nothing wrong with that. And this is where we go back to the societal thing. Like, what you do in your relationship is nobody else's business. But you and that person, you get married, whatever you and your husband choose to do, that's what you do. As long as it's not no illegal shit that's still popping off like with T.I. in them. Oh, Lord have mercy, okay?
Allegedly.
So, allegedly, exactly. So, this is where you draw the line and you put boundaries out there, because at some point in time, the older you get, you're not going to be wanting to dip and dive into all of that. But while you young, you might be like, yo, some things I just want to kind of experience. Like I said, my husband, I would be open to a threesome, but it's with a dummy. It's with a doll. And I'm serious, because with COVID, with all these sexual transmitted diseases, I don't trust the process, though. They got dolls that are very expensive that look like fucking robots in real bodies, okay?
They are robots now.
Listen to me. So he'll be, he could do just fine. Because if you could use your hand to jerk yourself off, you could jerk yourself off inside that fake ass pussy. So, yeah. That's how it was going to go. She going to be sitting up right one of my wigs on. Look. Hey, Shay number 2.
What's that video they be doing?
I don't know.
Where it's like, they use DMX sound when he starts saying all these different names and everybody changes their wig, hairstyle,
Keisha,
look.
Larisha, Keisha. All I know is Keisha because he always throw Keisha name up in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I
Listen,
hope that
homegirl.
happened. Mr., Mrs., and one hot mess. Miss Hot Mess. Y'all be trying to get us.
What I would say to homegirl Miss Hot Mess, be honest, to let her know, like, yeah, all right, but I'm not sure if I'll, find out the rules of engagement.
Completely, okay? For y'all definitely be in a whole situationship
and what I just
entanglement.
What I just realized and what's popped into my head with this whole thing, and this is how crazy women thought process are.
What?
I just realized, all right, she said somebody's man tried to holler in her DM.
Right.
She knew his girl.
Right. So she hit up.
So she let her know.
Period.
What does that usually end up happening?
In a bad way. Right? It is in a bad way.
It can usually trigger a breakup or, a soft breakup, that might last a couple weeks because it's like, oh, you holler.
So you think that she did it because she's like, yo, in short, like I really want to fuck you. So if this is going to end it, listen, this is going to end it. If this is going to end it, this is my end.
This is her end.
Damn.
Because she was feeling dude.
Damn, man.
I be around too many women. Yo,
you beep that.
I be around too many women.
That's...
I see, the conversations and the vibes that they be on, man. Like, that's some real slick but foul stuff, man.
That's foul. That's foul.
Y'all women are ruthless.
I ain't got nothing to do with that, but that was yeah.
Y'all get, you know what? Y'all get
you
it from
caught
Cleopatra.
that before I did, so I'm like,
y'all get it from Cleopatra.
I don't know about all that, but whatever.
Because she conquered a whole bunch of European lands doing stuff like that. Like, yo.
Listen, it's just something embedded in you. When you got it, you got it. It is what it is.
Son.
She said,
like, that's some slick okie doke.
Real. That was an okie doke right there. That was. I peeped
your man in my DM.
Get him.
All right, wait a day or two.
Get him. Right.
You good? Y'all still together? I let her know.
Wow.
She broke up with me.
She answered quickly. She's saying like, yo, shorty hit her back. Like, nah. I told him to hit you up. Because in the end,
her devious plan didn't work the way she wanted.
It didn't work the way she might have thought it. But yo, we here for you, Mrs. Hot Mess.
Some women are literally wild like that.
They are.
And I'm mad I peeped that.
You did.
But I'm not
I like
mad
that you peeped that. I like that.
I write books.
Right, completely. I love that. All right. So we going on to the topics.
Bklyn Shay's topics. You ready?
Are you ready?
I'm not, but I will be.
So here we go. So I was out to dinner with my girls last night, right?
Woo.
It was phenomenal. That's gonna go into our last topic, okay?
Okay.
But in the interim of having that conversation that we was having, we dived into how men, the essence between the legs grows and gets, pineapples, yes, right? And how you guys can be turned on just by, like, we do the joke as women. We be like, just by blowing on you, right? Be like, you know what I'm saying?
That can be.
If you feeling the person, because, I mean, you can have a limp dick just by not doing it. I don't know. It happens, okay? So when somebody's just so excited and they just can't get it up, you just be like, what the fuck? You got me here. And then you just, what's the problem? Okay, anyway, I digress. So, my topic.
Okay.
And my question, do men get hard when they shit? Because that was what we discussed last night.
Wait, what? What? What are you talking about?
when y'all go to the bathroom, this is one of the topics. One of the young ladies was like, "Yo, I heard from my boy that when men go to the bathroom, that they get hard. Like if they take a dump, they shit get hard." And I said, "What?" Because I said, I never heard this before. And I said, she was like, yeah, because he was just saying, like, it ain't nothing for them to get hard off of even a thought of a woman will make them hard if they thinking about something that's sexual or whatever. But when they go to the bathroom to take a dump, 9 times out of 10, like when they pee, but whatever, but when they take a dump, they shit get hard. So, my topic, question of the hour. And curious minds want to motherfucking know. Does that happen? Period.
Oh, wow.
I didn't tell him because I wanted his natural reaction. And this is it.
That's what you were talking about.
That was part of it. The rest of the conversation. The rest of the conversation. It was a segue into the whole sexuality and about how us as women, it take a lot for us to get horny and be moved by something.
I will say this. I'm not going to say it's never happened, but it's not something that happens regularly, at least for me personally.
Okay. But it does happen for men. And when you shit, you get hard. Literally.
I think it has to do with blood flow.
Okay, give me the scientific factor behind this one.
I know one thing. Every time I shit, I pee.
There you go. Don't we all? I think so.
I don't know.
We do. So okay, but that was part of a topic.
That is so gross.
it might be gross. And mind you, we was at dinner. So that's
what I mean. Like,
but it wasn't gross because it was in a context of talking
about what we're
going
to get back to later.
And it'll make more sense when y'all hear the ending, okay? However, it was part of a whole sexual conversation, all right? That have to do with us pleasing our man, us pleasing each other, and how men are moved by certain things in a good way. And that it really don't take much to get them there. That was basically what it was. It was like,
if a dude is into you, no, it doesn't take much.
It don't take much to get him there.
As soon as you walk in the room.
Yeah.
If he wants you, it's up. At least for me. It's ready to go.
There we go.
Gotcha. It's on demand.
On demand. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is issues where you're like, all right, let me not get hard because she just got here and I don't know what kind of mood she in, but when you want somebody and you ready to go, you ready to go.
And if you love somebody, I mean, that's why I told them last night.
If you're healthy, you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
The flow is the flow, okay? But that was just it, because it was just like, okay, do we get horny when we in a tub or whatever, and we, feeling the warmth of it? Yes, the fuck we do. You could, listen. You could nut
in a tub, just on hot bath.
Yes. And thinking of somebody.
Fellas, you better run that hot bath.
You better. And thinking of somebody. Because if you're thinking of somebody in that tub,
and that's like no touching yourself, just sitting in hot water,
just sitting in the hot water and just thinking about somebody, and then of course you start getting into the groove, and you be like, Anyway, I'm just saying.
How they go? You get into the groove.
And be like, you start, feeling it like you got that person right there in that water with you. You be like, surfboard. Surfboarding in that water, that tub. Y'all better start running them baths. There you go. So that's where we at with it.
I've offered to do that a few times, and they be acting, no, you ain't gotta do all that. I'm like, all right.
They don't be wanting to take no baths.
Nasty, dirty.
You know what I'm done.
Don't want to wash, guys.
They don't be want to do some things. They don't want to do something. But this next one, okay, that was my topic. Okay, it seemed a little.
We should have did that after this because this was a little more sensitive.
See, right? This is a little sensitive. You want to jump to the other one and then leave that one for last?
No,
because that's what we should have went. We should have went to the last one first, so my shit made more sense.
No. We do that because I want to end on a high note.
Okay,
this one's a little more controversial because some people aren't gonna feel the same.
They not. Y'all gonna go ahead on. Just go ahead.
All right.
Topic.
Should transgendered individuals let people know that they are transgendered when they initially are meeting someone that's interested in them? My personal opinion,
I would say yes.
yeah, I would say yes. But the argument that's being made across Black Twitter, social media, and other things is it shouldn't matter.
I disagree.
I completely disagree.
I completely disagree.
Because there's other contexts and other circumstances that are involved that can be very dangerous with the wrong person.
You got that right. You got that right. I'm like, you talking about ruining careers. You talking about this, the whole thing with somebody believing that you are one way and you are totally not. And this is about safety. Come on, you gotta. It's like if you started off on a note where you withholding information, how that's gonna play out?
Yeah, honesty is definitely has to come into play.
Right.
If you're not being honest with somebody, but then people don't feel like that's dishonest because they feel I should have been born this way.
Right.
I am being my true self in this true form, as opposed to, how I was born.
Right. But my whole thing is this, man. Like, feel me on this one.
I definitely feel you.
I agree with you 110%. So in this instant, it's not as if the person is going to another person and pursuing them. Mm-hmm. Across the board, they're interested in each other. So if the person is coming and they interested, you have an obligation to tell somebody what is up. Just like as if you had HIV or AIDS, you have an obligation to tell somebody because you can't see that shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's like you have an obligation as a human being to tell someone what is your status. Okay. Across the board, period. So it's like this to me is the same thing. You need to be completely transparent and honest about who you are, because that's how people get killed and people get hurt. By keeping stuff and withholding stuff. You don't wait until that pivotal moment, because if somebody's coming to you, they're already attracted to you and got that on their brain that they want to smash you. Initially. Until they dive a little bit deeper and get to know you. So I wouldn't do it like, by the way, at that moment. Maybe you're at the bar, maybe you're at dinner, wherever, and somebody introducing you. But when you get that person alone and y'all can have that conversation, you just put it out there and be like, I'm just need to be completely honest with you. Like, this is what it is with me. Then I think someone would respect that more than you dragging it out.
Well, my ignorant self would be like, how could you not know?
Because you can't tell nowadays. They do their shit too well.
Until, yeah. Like, there's literally...
makeup, wigs, all that shit, please.
There's literally... and I don't even know what the link was, but it came across on the news feed as with everything else.
Okay.
There are literally doctors researching how to allow transgendered folks to have babies.
Wow.
Like, they're actually spending money to research how to make this work.
I'm for everybody honestly being happy and being your authentic self and being whatever you want to do, because it's not too far-fetched. Because women who don't want to be penetrated and they freeze their eggs and they want to have a baby and they end up getting that sperm to match and they get a surrogate to have their baby and they have take their baby and stuff like that.
But the surrogate is a woman that already has the anatomy.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I'm saying it's not too far-fetched in terms of the technology that they're coming up with to be able to do a lot of things. I'm trying to tell you, if I could remember the name of that movie with Sandra Bullock, we talked about this before, when she had virtual sex, and it was because it was a freaking pandemic in the world that was killing off people, so they wasn't having physical sex no more, and she had a virtual thing with them goggles that they now have, right? Mm-hmm. Weird, because back then they didn't have them shits. So this virtual thing where she put it on her face and she had sex with a man. You thought it was really happening and it wasn't. And she orgasmed just like that and was like, oh, that was great. And took the shit off her face. So I'm like, if we at this stage where they doing all this extra shit, trust me when I tell you, if it happens, this is like, wow, this is real. Because we're coming into that era where they doing all this stuff with the robots and all that stuff. Get out of here. They making a lot of shit happen. So either way, that was a good topic right there. And it's moving on.
You know, it's sensitive for some people, especially those of the, you know, the alphabet crew. And I say that respectfully.
Respectfully. Yes, respectfully, please. We are, listen, disclaimer. This is not professional talk.
It's just interesting because I feel like there's a letter or a variation
that you might
every month or year.
Something happening. But long story short, please be honest, y'all. Just in general, across the board. Not just with this topic. Be honest, period. Okay?
So, let me tell you this. My homeboy, right? He's with somebody that already had children. Mm-hmm. And, you know, so technically it's like his stepdaughter, right? Okay.
Technically, are they married? Engaged? He's involved. Go ahead.
Domestic partnership, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So the daughter is calling herself bisexual.
Okay.
She says the pronoun that she wants to be known as, it's not her, it's not him, it's they.
Right. I heard that. Mm-hmm.
It's like, what?
Right.
Well, see, you heard that, and you didn't even flinch. So I need to understand.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Educate me, because
it's a lot going on. Like, basically, even with work now, underneath our names, we put what we want to have listed there. So it's like 3 of them that's there. So the whole thing is like, this is how you identifying yourself without blatantly saying who you are. So people understand how to address you, because you could use those pronouns so people can address you by that. So, you know, that's the way they do it. And
see, this is a challenging one for me.
It is.
Although we were all raised however we were raised.
Right.
We have ideologies, we have beliefs, we have values that were taught to us through our parents and their parents and blah, blah, blah. As you get older, you do understand that some of the things you were taught were not accurate.
Right.
Or are not as valid as you were raised to believe.
Right.
But at the same token, there are certain things that just seem blatantly obvious that it makes sense to maintain.
Understandable. So let me shed some type of, without going too
She's
diving
putting
too
her
deep.
social worker hat on.
I put my social worker hat on, but as
even
a
though
social
it says
worker,
her temple monologues on top.
Listen, as a mom who was brought up Baptist, right? Christianity, the whole 9 yards.
You have.
Right.
Yeah,
so my grandmother, God rest her soul, Miss Clara Bell, took us to church at least 5 days a week. Okay? We was in there. That middle aisle you could not walk down or they'll snatch your soul, right? Have dinner. You have breakfast. You have all this type of stuff. We in church all day in the choir, get baptized, the whole 9 yards, okay? So I grew up to with, you know, all of this stuff. Jesus don't like, you know, this, that, and the third. The whole 9 yards. Right, so when you get older,
traditional Christian
values. Those values. So you have that in the back of your mind, but you begin to come up with your own ideology, right? Exactly. I'm done with you. Your own, ain't nothing in this body. You better go grab one from over there. So your own ideology about what's right and wrong, because people wouldn't necessarily choose this life knowing that they would be stigmatized and all this other type of stuff. So I say that to say this. At a very young age, I knew my daughter was gay. Completely. I knew it. Nobody had to tell me. As a mom, my innate intuition, everything, it just oozed off of her. And I knew she was the femme because she just was that way. And I was like, something, you know, just I felt it. You know what I mean? Finally, coming into her truth because of how I raised her in the church. We used to go to church all the time. You understand what I'm saying? Initially, she was scared to tell me, and she never really had to say it. I was the one that initiated it and started asking her these questions. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In order to really let her know it was okay for her to come to me and be transparent about it. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I don't want you out here doing the most and you be unsafe or something happens, because then the mother, the tiger, the lioness is going to tear somebody up if they disrespect you. You understand what I'm saying? So to get her to a point where she was comfortable enough to come to me and speak transparently and be like, this is my choice and this is where I'm at and this is what I finally chose. Because it was a bisexuality initially, and then it was like she chose a side, okay, of what was her preference. So I'm like, all right, let's dive into it, right? As a woman who was brought up in the church and believe in the way that I believe, was that difficult for me? It was difficult for me in the sense that, okay, you need to set that aside because you love your child unconditionally. So with loving her, though she grew up the way she grew up in the church and knowing the values and the things and all this type of stuff, where are you at with this? But you have to still protect your child and let her know that you're there for her. Whatever you choose, however you do it. You know what I'm saying? As the person is making you that happy and you rolling with this person and y'all rocking this way, I'm here for all of that because you're happy. Okay? But I had to set my own ideology aside to be there for my child. Feel me? So that's where we at when we talking about all of this stuff with people being honest, being true, being real about certain things, because you can't control your children's choice or their sexuality. They were put here. You and your wife were in, likewise with me and my husband. For whatever reason, the universe felt that we needed to be together to bring these people to the surface. Once they get here, you do your job, you raise them, and they, whoever they are meant to be. And it's us as parents to step back. Like, you was just the vessel to get them here. They don't belong to you.
You just planted the seed.
That's it, planted the seed. And harvest the garden. That's it. Exactly. So with that being said, I'd say that in a whole transparency for parents that have to teeter on the fence of their own religious standpoint versus what their children are choosing to do currently. It's hard. It's difficult. Because it's like, what do you do in that instance? You got to be respectful. So with this transgender situation, I'm more so with the topic of being like, yo, please just keep it a buck with people. Just be honest, That's
my thing.
Yeah.
That is my thing. You got to be clear. You got to be transparent. And then to me, in my opinion, if you're a person that's transgendered and you want somebody to accept you as you are, why would you even hide that?
Right. Completely. But people are fearful of their lives.
That's an opinionated perspective, but at the same time.
But it's societal, because that is why someone would choose to withhold that. Like I was, meaning with my child. She could have withheld that information from me because she knew how I raised her. You understand what I'm saying? So being raised a certain kind of way is more of the reason why people sometimes hold back. Even with my friends that are...
So can I put you on the spot?
Go ahead, put me on the spot.
So, your daughter.
Right.
Now, what if that was a son?
It would be the same way, honestly. It really would. For me.
I believe you.
Yeah. For me,
but you understand why I brought that up.
Yeah, I know. Because it's like, it is a double standard. Because, and I was going to say that before you took the sip of the sip that you didn't want, right? So, I was going to say, like, I have people around me, like, that I've dated. And I actually think, like, I was a magnet for gay men. I swear. Bisexual men. Because they have kids. So, obviously, you like toot, 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 right? But as an African-American male, it is so much more difficult for them to be completely honest, what we call them the down low brothers. Because it's like, oh, my God. Just be your true.
No,
they can't. So they go around and they lie, and that's how people are getting sick and they are getting killed. And because I'm telling you, when I started getting the H.E.R, I studied it for 2 years.
I have a different opinion on people getting sick and stuff.
2 years.
I don't. The only people that were actually getting sick for down low men were black women.
Correct.
And
it's disrespectful.
And there's levels to the sickness because, yes, HIV might be the top level, but it's other things such as, UTIs, bacterial infection,
all type of shit. Because they nasty as all hell. And let me tell you, because now
it's not even just
this is the trigger. No, you do. I think we need to change topics. Talk about something else, man.
No, we gonna get heated today.
Because the motherfucker that I dealt with, he was absolutely a fucking down low, okay? And I said, let me tell you, and I'm going to try not to slip up and say this motherfucking name, okay? Because I promise you, I was like, you can edit it. But listen to me.
Okay.
This bitch ass motherfucker, okay? I want to say something else. But I was like, when this, let me first off, let me give you the background. Because we going in. We going to go in. I'm sorry. I'm getting excited.
You're about to fight the mic right quick.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want to be so loud.
We here. You need to hold my hand?
Yeah, let me hold your hand through this process. Let me tell you what this bitch ass did. So we at the bar, right? Before we even get out the car, Shorty Bop over there, which is a dude, was like, "Hey, daddy." So you already know. So Bklyn already tuned in. Gator, radar, everything. So I said, I ain't gonna say shit till we get inside this bar. We get in the bar. We sit down.
What kind of bar was it?
It was a regular bar.
Oh, okay.
So we sit down. And then the dude comes in, and of course, what do? He got to talk to daddy. So he kindly put his hand around daddy. And I gave him the look like, bitch, it's going to be you or I. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't move that motherfucking hand, because I know what it is, okay? So he moves it. He was like, well, it's good to see you, daddy. So then when he walked away, I said to the person, I said, so you're comfortable with this man putting his hands on your shoulder and calling you daddy? He might as well just said zaddy, okay? I said, so the person's response was, I can't control what people choose to do.
Ooh. You see why I'm holding? You feel that common energy trying to come through my
and in that moment,
extremity into
if
yours.
If I could have took his trachea, I promise. Listen
That's
to me.
Why I'm
I could have
took
hand. It. I was like, "Excuse you?" I said, "Oh, so you really about this life, but you just trying to pretend that you want to be about the other life." Don't play those type of games with me, because I said I said you got the wrong one. Do you understand? I said you got the absolute wrong one. But myself, this is who she is. I said, all right, I need to see this happen one more time before I dip.
Oh, see, you give way too many chances.
I gave too many chances in this situation. But I needed to be clear. I needed to be clear.
That was clear as day. That was as bright as the sun.
It seemed like it was.
On an early morning with no clouds.
It seemed like it was. But, man, this
coming
is my whole
over
thing.
The hill,
is that
rising and saying, woo, good morning.
Listen to me.
That dude's gay.
Because I was friends with the person prior that I just didn't want to believe it. That was what it is. See what I'm saying? I didn't want to believe it. I was like, well,
packing too, huh?
No.
Right, so,
I don't care.
I'm joking. No, don't take it so
I don't care. So anyway, so it happened again.
Mm-hmm.
This time at another bar. Mm-hmm. Now this bar is definitely a you know what bar. So I said,
sound like water and some works going on.
No, not that one. So I was like, because I started paying attention to the environment, and I was like, it's a lot of, gay people in here, which is nothing wrong with it, because I'm open to it. But did you notice that?
But you don't want your man to be.
These are like my biggest customers, because the person unfortunately was dipping and diving into the streets. So I said, let me get this right. So you're a whole grown ass man who's still out here doing the most, and then on top of that, you comfortable with your process. You that comfortable? Okay, cool, no problem. So then this one came over there and did it again with the arm thing. So mind you, I told you I researched the process for 2 years about down low brothers. So when he left, because I'll be wanting to bring other people into it. I'm focused on the person that I'm talking to.
Right.
So this person proceeds to kind of like inflate his chest and be like, why you always, you got a problem with gay people? I said, first off, don't do that.
So he was
don't do that.
He was murder in P Valley.
I said, right. I said he was definitely murder. And I said, boy, bye. No, I don't. I said, you already know, first off, my child is. So why would I? What I'm saying is that the person that I'm choosing to be with needs to be all about this P thing and not the other one. Okay? So if you are not comfortable in your skin, that's on you. But I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to see my goddamn way out this situation because obviously you already made it. It's not for me. This is not the life that I'm choosing to live. Okay? And things had got, more farther down the line. But once I started tuning in on it, trust me, I was well aware. So my intuition was like, bitch, jump out. Because it ain't going to happen. And word on the street was definitely he was about that life. Period.
Out the plane, pull the parachute cord, and land safely.
Listen, goodbye.
Before somebody gets hurt or killed.
Thank you so much, because that was a trigger. That was a complete trigger. I said, man, to have me up in here doing the most. It was good.
It's real today. It's Dear Love and Lust. See what happens when we don't get together in a while?
I know. We start telling the truth.
We start talking about everything.
So y'all, now you know. Miss Shay definitely
trying to get me lit.
I dealt with a down low brother that was not trying to come out the closet. Hopefully he eventually came out.
But my point was,
go ahead.
Just like heterosexual people can protect themselves, there are things that homosexual gay folks can also do to protect themselves as well.
Facts.
So, regardless of whether you're gay or straight, if you just filthy with your sexual activity,
doing the most. That's what I call people that just do
you
the
don't
most.
Care about yourself or
others. Yeah, you don't care. Because I said you is definitely trying to jeopardize people whole make or whatever just because you want to run around here and
it's disgusting.
It is disgusting because I'm like, you just I was totally, first of all, I was like, I thought the person had way more respect for themselves than that, but
no. See, that you be giving people way too much benefit of credit.
Yeah, I do.
I tend to go, I mean, I've gotten more balanced as I've got older, but I definitely tend to go with the negative side.
Yeah.
As positive as I am, I always go, nah, they ain't.
When somebody truly show you who they are, you need to believe them. And that's just it. And that's my motto right now. That's
you gave them too many chances.
No, the second chance was too many. The first seeing that was it. But for me, I'm analytical. And I'm really more like scientific, and I had to have a hypothesis, and then
so
I
you
put
gotta touch the stove to realize that it needed to be.
You know what I mean? Like, how is that gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like, if I touch it, I might touch it a little bit. Might be.
It's not all the way red. Is the stove hot?
Yeah, is that? Yeah, like I need to get completely on fire before I be like, oh, so you really are about that life. Terrible, completely. Terrible. All right. Anyway, ending with this note.
That was heavy.
That was definitely heavy. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, you can introduce it since it's what you were bringing up and literally try to FaceTime me while I was out with my boy.
I tried to FaceTime Maine last night. Maine hung up on me. He gonna talk about it.
I did not hang up.
He hung up. He's like, click.
You tried to FaceTime me. I clicked hello. My screen is still black because you have poor connection.
It's a poor
Where
connection.
Were you at?
I was at
some basement party.
No, I was at one of these Mexican restaurants. They not sponsoring us, so I can't bring their name up. But I was at a Mexican restaurant last night having me some
Central or no?
Off of Central.
Okay.
Right. Not the one I like the most though. So
anyway, I heard good things about a spot on Central.
It's really good. Both of them are pretty good, but one is more better than the other. So anyway, so we at this spot, we having margaritas and drinks and stuff like that, and then the topic comes up about oral sex. Okay. So they wanted to know, is oral sex? Okay, and
what's that question again? They wanted to know what
is oral sex? Okay, so. With that being said, I FaceTime Maine, and I was like, because they was going in. Two people who don't two women who don't do it. They do it, but they don't really engage. One of them don't really do it at all. The other one, she does it. both of them have tried it and they don't swallow.
Wow.
That's a whole different topic, okay? So, because some women do, some people don't, right? Yes, you do. So, I'm like, if you want to do it, don't half-ass it. Take it in. Get that protein, right? So, they was like...
This has come from a woman who doesn't do it anymore.
I haven't... Well, whatever. Anyway.
We're going to stop,
so we're gonna
go.
We're going to go. We're going. So, it's oral sex. So, they was under the impression in their minds that oral sex is not sex. And that... No, that it is sex. Okay, for us, it wasn't. I'm like, having someone eat me out or me giving them head is not sex. It's a sexual act. And yes, we are adults choosing to engage in sexual activity, but that is not penetration. He hasn't penetrated me. I haven't penetrated, whatever. It's a whole thing, a gamut. And men don't think that oral sex is sex. So that was the question. I'm like, so you really believe that your man believes that when you give him head, you just had sex with him? So and they said yes.
I'm actually reading my actual response that I sent her.
Please.
I said, oral sex is a sexual act, but it is not sexual intercourse.
Right.
She's like, facts. I know they tripping.
Right.
I said, if you're coming from a church Christian perspective, they're going to consider it to be sex. Some religions even forbid oral and call it a perversion and even pagan behavior.
Right.
Whatever that means. I've always wondered what the heck pagan really meant. Anyway, yeah. If you're coming from a secular perspective, some folks believe if you orgasm, that makes it a part of your sexual history. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's sex.
It's not.
Because
it's not.
If that's the case, then kissing is sex.
Correct. And then I went to Bklyn. I said, what the fuck? I said, Bklyn was the blackest president that we had. And I said, he said with Monica Lewinsky.
He was not.
He did not have sexual relations with that woman. However, he did stick a cigar up her pussy.
Wow. I didn't know that part.
So I'm like, okay.
I refuse to call Clinton the black president. He was never the black president.
No, he was not, but he was the hoodist. Oh, right. President. The hoodist or whatever. You call it what you want to call it. Monica Lewinsky gave him head and he stuck a fucking cigar up her shit. Okay? Put cum and semen all over the place. Okay? Whatever they did in the goddamn Oval Office.
Everybody looked at Monica like she was some airhead bimbo, but she did that on purpose. Like, yeah, you gotta understand.
She set his ass all the way up. Okay? Come on. Be for real. Right? We know she set him up. So the whole thing is the fact that these wonderful women believe that they had sex and that they add that on the list of people that they've been with.
Oh, that doesn't go to your body count.
They put it to a body count.
That does not go to your body count.
They put it to a body count, and I said, y'all got to be kidding me. That is not a body count. Are you for real? Are you for real? Because me, personally, okay, I'm like, yo.
So that means every guy that fingered them when they were in like middle school, high school, or whatever age group, that adds to their body count too?
Right. I said, y'all doing the most. They was like, oh, Shay, you whatever, because you like to give head. I don't care. First off, I don't need. Yes, I do, but I give head to the people that I'm with. Okay,
the disclaimers. If that's what
it is, what it is. We all the way grown. Ain't nobody sitting up here telling me on the face of the earth the people who with that they ain't banging somebody out and giving them some damn blowjob. It is what it is. Okay, because we please each other, right? So if you with somebody and that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. It's like whatever. People put too much emphasis on shit. But my emphasis was, girl, bye. If you telling me that you just had sex with somebody because you blowed them off, get out of here. No, you didn't. And every man will tell you, would you be dissatisfied with that? If you're like your ex-wife and when you was, if all she did the whole time y'all was married was give you blowjobs and you never penetrated her, would you say, oh my God, I just had sex? My wife is the best. We've been having sex this whole time.
I mean,
all she do is give me a blowjob. Maine.
But no,
you would not, because that is not it.
And here, honestly, for me personally, the reason why I wouldn't go because I like to please.
There you go.
So if I'm not being able to do that, then
right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So we need y'all, honestly, in the comment section. When this goes out, this real. We talked about sex before on the top, but this is the real. We need y'all to comment for real. And
in the
comment section and let it
on
know.
the Facebook page, on the MaineEventLive.com / Dear Love and Lust.
You gotta
page.
tell us, y'all opinions about this particular one, because we really want to know: is oral sex to y'all?
Email dearloveandlust@gmail.com.
I can't even. I was so moved by this. I carried the conversation to today. I was like, y'all done. I'm done with y'all. I said, you are not playing with me when you absolutely believing that you just had sex with somebody because you gave them head.
Yeah, you had intimacy, but you did not actually have sex. There was no intercourse actually involved. And even if you did swallow, you didn't actually engage in intercourse.
You did not. Okay.
You did
not.
Not
Everybody
you
that
did
you
not.
you know get protein. She's like, you swallow. I said,
shake.
Trust me. If he tastes nasty, I'm spitting it back on him. That's how you know it's disgusting. I cannot, because I'm like, if I spit it back on you, your shit is disgusting, and I will never do it again. Never.
Oh my god.
Anyway, moving on. Okay, so
those were the topics.
And those were good topics.
Some interesting topics.
Everything is great. You know, we grown, whole grown.
Episode 12.
Episode 12. We concluded on that particular note. The 12. So we know you got that merch up there.
Yes.
Is that merch there?
Yes.
And they can find it on MaineEventLive.com
/shop.
Get the shopping so y'all can get that merch for Dear Love and Lust, okay? Email us at dearloveandlust, all right, at gmail.com. Make sure that y'all tune in, all right? Send those questions in. Maine have a wonderful way of just kind of naming things appropriately, giving y'all the ins and the outs about the world that we live in. He's out here grinding hard, y'all, okay? Amazing photographer, doing the DJ and stuff and everything like that. The man is, timeless in his own right, okay? And got this whole podcast going on and everything else, and being a dad on top of that. He's a girl dad, okay? And making it happen in the best way. So
Bklyn Shay is very skilled,
okay,
in the art of edification.
If
you don't know what that word means, look it up.
Look it up.
Google.
Okay, but I'm just loving his energy and I do appreciate you inviting me to be a part of Dear Love and Lust. Okay, because this has been great. One of the best
decisions I made. Wonderful. All my life.
We love it. Okay, so you can holler at Her Temple Monologues if y'all just kind of, maybe you want to have a date night, maybe you want to have a private pay and sip, because we really can't have a lot of people, in spaces and things. So
that's changing very soon.
It is changing very soon, because they're trying to
17 states left the mask.
Listen, they trying to hang the governor right now.
They trying to bury them.
Gosh, on so many levels.
Matter of fact, that's a topic we need to get into. We're not ending right now.
We're not ending right now. All right, so I'm gonna pause on that. Okay, so we diving into.
Yes, we're gonna talk about the whole Cuomo situation.
My gosh, I can't even believe it. Did you see the billboard that they have on 787? They have a billboard with his face that says "liar" with a semicolon. Listen, they trying to take him. Go ahead.
Well. There's a lot of people, and they're not just Republican in the political natures, that have issues with Cuomo. From what I hear on the grapevine. The reason I want to talk about this.
Come on now.
Now, I've only read one article, and it was regarding the second woman.
Yep.
That made the claim.
Yep.
And what her claims were when I read the article, outside of, he touched her on her face. Reading what her issues was, it was very
generic.
Not only generic, it was just like,
come on.
It's hard to go and be on her side and support her,
right?
Because the behaviors that were being described are something I see. For instance, in my day job, I witnessed somebody with, a Google Meet talking to other staff. And one of the things that was said was, "Oh my gosh, you got your hair cut. It looks so nice. You look so beautiful with your haircut."
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look nice.
Right.
Did your husband like it?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He liked it too. Oh, cool. Did he get a haircut too? Like that type of conversation.
Right.
I felt that was the equivalent to what was
Done.
being complained about in this article that I read where, you know,
Correct.
it was like questions of like, you know, do you have a boyfriend or something like that? You're such a pretty girl or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, I do remember from my day job being in training where we were literally told, yeah, we can't compliment people. That's considered harassment.
Yeah. I mean, obsessively.
No,
period.
My training
across the board, just to keep y'all safe. They told y'all not to. So let me just say something. I do the same training, and let me just tell you something. Across the board, we say you really should not say anything, do anything, whatever, to just safeguard yourself. However, in the state, when they are doing their training, as long as it's not obsessively doing it, it is not considered sexual harassment. Can someone still file grievance against you if they just an asshole? Yes, they could. Okay. However, that's why they tell you don't do it at all, period. Because you just don't know, right? So you can't even give nobody no goddamn compliment that you typically would give somebody because of all this stuff. Now, I'm all for the Me Too movement. I'm a woman that thrived through domestic violence, okay? So I'm not ever going to be like, oh my goodness, this person is lying. They have been sexually harassed. Someone did disrespectful stuff to them. But if you're going to drag the goddamn governor who was there for us through all this pandemic stuff, who led it appropriately, why the fuck did y'all just release Donald? I'm confused. Why is he get a pass?
Well, there's so many double standards that exist. But here's the thing.
Because he actually is trying to, y'all losing money? Because y'all, it boils down to money. You do know that, right?
Money is one of them.
Completely. And they pissed off at him for stopping the fucking economy.
The other thing is, you know, he is very monolithic in a lot of his approach.
Right.
You know, there has been rumblings about, you know, even at some of the briefings, the other staff are not aware of some of the decisions that he's made, you know, allegedly. But my concern is, now you brought up Me Too. Here's where the difference of Me Too compared to what I've read regarding this couple of complaints. What you just described, yes, somebody can make a complaint that they feel harassed.
Right.
And then that can nip that in the bud if that's the case.
Right.
Harassment.
That you consistently doing it. Consistently.
And here's the other thing. Now, obviously, he's the governor and this woman's an aide or somebody in the governor's office. So technically, she's a subordinate.
Right.
So she can argue and say, I felt that my job was threatened if I did not behave a certain way.
Correct.
Based on what it was saying.
Yes. Which we call that quasi-quote. Go ahead.
There you go. See, you have more technicals because of your professional background. I witness people in positions of authority, subordinate, constant. Like, I got a homeboy, right? He works in a medical office. And technically, there's a lot of sexual harassment that goes on, but it's volunteered very aggressively on everybody's part. So how do you, when I say everybody's part, like people send each other booby pictures to each other's phones.
Right. What? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of comfortable work environment.
Like, okay, this what we doing?
Like,
this what we doing?
Like, that's really what's going down. And it's like, all right, if that person is rocking like that,
right?
How? Now, oh, this is what I was saying. If that group of people in the job is rocking like that, then suddenly one day somebody gets pissed off because
It's a
somebody else
wrap.
got a picture or somebody didn't
wrap.
get a picture, and then suddenly it's like, oh, this is a hostile environment. I don't like working here. I feel
Correct.
sexually harassed.
Oh my gosh.
Mind you, this has been going on for years.
Yeah. I mean, at least they got a leg to stand on because it's been consensual. So, but it's still.
No, there is no. Once you get to that point, the way that this cancel culture is, it's a wrap.
That's true. But I still feel they would have a leg to stand on because it's been going on for this long period of time.
You might know better than me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they would have a leg to stand on. But this whole process, I'm team governor. Yo, I'm done with them. When I saw that craziness, I was like, yo, this is insane. When somebody really is trying to make sure that we live, y'all coming for their juggler. You gotta be shitting me. You gotta be shitting me. So all about sex, all about love, all about lust.
Here's the thing
I'm done with it.
The issue with Cuomo, right?
They dragging this shit.
So for instance, there's a couple bars that ended up suing the state over the 11 o'clock hour thing or whatever curfew.
Shit, I thought it was 10, but go ahead.
It was, and then they switched it, and then that's when they decided to sue because it was like, all right, it shouldn't even be 11 after this 10 o'clock thing is over. It should be regular time. But one of the reasons why the state lost the case, they did not. Now, I don't know if it was there or not, or it exists or not. They did not provide the scientific evidence that they supposedly used to justify them closing down at a certain time or having a curfew.
Oh my gosh.
So now, basically, the judge looked at it like, well, if you can't give me this information, then there's no reason for me to.
Yeah, conclude. Yeah.
So then it makes, like what you said with the billboard, makes him look a liar.
A liar. Yeah.
All these different things.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. I'm so moved by it that I was just like, I can't even pay attention to what they saying. I was like, y'all doing the most. Y'all doing the most right now. So y'all gonna bring the women into it.
And that's the crazy thing. You're a woman, and you would more likely side with Cuomo on this.
Team Cuomo.
Based on what you've read.
Right. I'm like, and just his works. I'm all about people with action. Everything this man was up every day, giving us briefings, telling everybody what was going on. The leadership was impeccable. Now all of a sudden he's a liar.
You know what? In March of last year, he should be running for president.
Thank you. He was the king, but now they don't want that.
Now he needs to get out. We're gonna
take everything. He needs to resign. We're gonna take everything that he worked so hard for because guess what? We losing money. The economy is suffering. When my people in New Orleans told me that New Orleans was opening back up, I said, y'all out of your motherfucking mind. Are you for real? The most deaths. You for real? Yo, they said they can't even afford to not even go on. Mardi Gras killed them. The fact that they couldn't even have that.
Yeah, because they're tourists.
That's what it's all about. So I was like,
that
you
one
joking me?
Week literally
murdered them.
Sustains the year for most of
murdered
those
them.
businesses.
So they like, no, we opened it back up. So they opened everything back up. In phases, though. I mean, they all open in phases, but they open back up.
Well, here's the thing. I have known people that were on a car trip. One person in a car actually has coronavirus. They didn't know during the car trip, but they have it. Fortunately for them, most of the people in the car, well, all the people in the car were wearing masks. Nobody else got coronavirus on a 3-hour car drive.
Wow. That's real.
Then I know people who do not leave their house.
That got it.
That got coronavirus.
Exactly.
Then I know people who go to Atlanta, who are in Atlanta right now.
Okay,
who go to clubs on a regular basis.
Shout out to the All-Star Weekend. Turn up. I swear I wish I would have went.
The All-Star Weekend that is not an All-Star Weekend.
Exactly. Realistically. Yo, man, we should be on a goddamn plane and be gone.
Have not contracted or Now, the argument is they don't know the contracted. They're symptomatic. They haven't even got
Maine
tested.
and I about to catch the Jedi. We getting ready to get over the
Only place I want to go right now is Miami.
Listen, I'm here for that shit. Stop playing. You ain't say nothing but a thing. Think I'll be clocking out. You taking off, Shay? Yes, Shay's taking off. We about to go to Miami. Turn the fuck up. Be like, where we staying, man? We out.
I gotta set up some shop down there too.
Listen, we out.
So it's weird for me. Like before coronavirus, there was a flu.
Right.
We used to go out,
A regular flu.
be in a room full of people, and one person had a flu. We might, you gotta stay over there in that way.
Mm-hmm.
The flu is not the coronavirus, but it is a coronavirus.
Right. And I'm sorry that we speaking on topics and stuff like that with the corona and the COVID. I need the next batch. I ain't taking this first batch. I'm sorry. I know
the vaccine?
I know some people that have died when they went
from
to go
the vaccine?
Yes. They went to go get the second shot and they died. So I'm like, absolutely not. We're going to, and again, everybody's makeup and their genetic factor is different. So they cannot tell you what the hell is going to trick you. And my people, work-wise, I work at 2 shelters. So I know for a fact that I definitely need to get it. One way or another. The flu is one thing, but this is a whole nother beast. You know what I'm saying? So in one way, shape, or form, I'm going to need to get this. But I need to do it strategically and smart. What makes sense for me.
Well, yeah.
You know? You're not doing that.
One argument that I saw was you ain't been sick for how many years?
Right.
And now you want to go get a vaccine?
Right. Come on. You putting the poison anyway. Anyway, stay on topic. Let's stay on sex. Yeah. Dear Love and Lust, okay, or whatever. We just really wanted to dive in to the whole Cuomo thing because it's related to women claiming that he have claims on.
What I want to know in the comments, in the emails or whatever,
tell them.
What do you consider to be sexual harassment?
Exactly.
And on what level, if you were experienced what you believe to be sexual harassment, what would that level be before you feel you need to report or go public or address the person that you may feel sexually harassed by?
Period. And that kind of sums up episode 12 of Let's Be Clear. Because we want y'all to be clear about this shit. Because we trying to be clear about this whole process and stuff like that.
Yeah, because sexual harassment is not a clear and cut.
No, it's not clear and cut. And none of it is. And that's what we're talking about. Whether or not if oral sex is sex. Okay, we need y'all to be clear about that. We need to be clear about threesomes.
Put that in the comments.
How y'all feel about that, you know, whether or not if it's a clear cut situation when it goes to, you know, bringing somebody else into your bedroom, when it comes to transgender, should they tell what it is or what it's not, when we talk about those topics, all of it. But we also need y'all to get that merch. We need Maine work real hard.
Billboard Shay.
Say get that merch, okay? We're going to need y'all to dive into all of that and stuff like that. Support the cause. Support what we doing here on Dear Love and Lust. We can't do it without you. So any questions, any comments, any concerns, any things that y'all have, send it in. This is definitely, okay, 2021 Dear Abby type of situation going on here, okay? Because we want to hear from y'all as we tell our truth and we do therapy for each other. Because Maine, honestly, I have grown to know this man on a deeper level, and I feel, is it the same? Is it the same?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've learned a lot about Brooklyn Shay.
I'm done with him. I don't even know why he had to say it in that type of context.
I'm just saying, I learned.
Whatever. You keep learning.
I will.
Because you might be my husband one day.
My God.
You might be. Okay, but I ain't had no baby. So that's what he looking for.
She thinks she's slick. She be trying to speak them, affirmations.
Listen, I be manifesting stuff into the universe. You never know what's going to happen in this day and age, okay? But I could be sitting across from my husband. You could be sitting across from your wife. You don't even know it, okay? However, he want kids. I ain't doing that shit. So we great. Okay, we are great.
Yeah, that's important.
That's important to him.
I'm searching for
so
somebody.
We
to
trying to find Maine a woman to get the child. Okay.
I thought I had.
I could be the guy,
mommy.
One. I could be the guy.
I thought I had a potential one. We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm trying to be patient.
You be patient, because I'm telling you, it's
funny because there's some others just really trying to distract the hell out of me.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay focused on the one that we talked about.
See, now you switched up, because last time you said do your thing, live your life.
No, but you made it clear that you really like her.
I do.
All right, so stop playing with me. Anyway, so
but
this
if
is
it's not returned, why should what?
No, but she told. Anyway,
I gotta have affirmations. That's what you're saying.
Yes. You do, but you got to be easy, because remember, no, it's not.
I'm talking about me.
Oh, you. But no, what I'm saying is the fact that this whole situation,
right?
Do not get distracted by the things that sometimes the enemy put in your way to distract you from what's really supposed to be yours. So, and you already got that inkling that this is what it is. Be patient, be steadfast, and just be easy. That's it. Because you know what it is. You know what you deserve. You know what you want. And don't let nobody...
That's called wisdom.
Right. It sure is. And that's that side people that be trying to come in after the fact. Sorry, you had a chance and you didn't do it. Okay, goodbye. I'm focused on what I really want. You know what I'm saying? And for what you disclosed to me, Shorty is the winner. So stay on that path. Okay? But anyway, this concludes, okay? Dear Love and Lust, episode 12. And as we already stated, we told you where to go. We told you what to see. We here at headquarters. Yes, we
got
are.
Any questions?
All right?
Email dearloveandlust@gmail.com.
That's it. Then do your thing and get that merch, okay, on Maine Event Live. And we are here for all of it. All right? So we thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.
We out.
We out.